Good evening, everyone here. I'm delighted to present Gurudev to this august audience this evening. I would take very short time to introduce him because I myself don't know much about him. I've been with him for the last 7 years. It's like asking me what is the depth of the ocean when we are in an oasis. It is beyond our understanding, and I'm being very honest about it. We get glimpses of Brahman through every word that flows out of him. I would encourage all of you to pay good attention and also invite you to think and ask relevant questions. He is a person, and I have experienced him answering every question, even if it is, for us it will be like out of ignorance. But when the glimpse of Brahman comes out in the answers, that is when you realize, oh my goodness, I never thought about from this point of view. He is in the process of resurrecting the 10 Mahavidyas. These are the forms of Parashakti. Many of us, when we met him first, didn't have any knowledge about what Parashakti and the 10 Mahavidyas are. And over a period of the last 5 to 7 years, we have had the good fortune of performing yajnas with him. The experience I have is when I was in Kashi, certain miraculous things happened in his presence. We used to go with him to all the temples. There was a Mahayajna being performed in Kashi, and very fortunate, some of us with him, and miraculous, unbelievable experience happened, which is difficult for me to even explain how and why. But in his association, I have experienced personally extremely auspicious moments, and I am proud to say that whatever I've learned in my life is after meeting him. So welcome all of you this evening for a wonderful session on the essence and Mahatmyam of Chandi Omam. Thank you.
I would like Swami Mahamad to say a sloka for Guruji.
Namo Namaste Jagadishwaraya Hitaya Lokasya Haraya Sambhave Apahara Samsara Samudharaya Sri Bahura Prema Chaitanya Swamini Namo Namah Om Shakti.
Kumari, you want to say something?
No, at the end.
All right.
I don't want to take your time.
And that doesn't matter. I will pull a little bit further. So everybody is ready to smile? I always start with the talk. The very important work and the most essential work in the life is to smile. Right? All agree with this point or somebody disagree? If somebody disagrees, please raise your hand. Nobody? Okay. Then let's smile first. Then other things will come on automatically to us. Let's pray to the divine gurus. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Para Brahma, Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah, Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Let's chant Om at least 3 times. And while chanting Om, don't close your eyes. Sit erect with a smile on your face, and the sense of that smile in your complete body, inner and outer both spheres including. Looking straight at me, then chant Om at least 3 times. All right? You all start. I will just see to you. Speak loudly. Once more. बोलिए पराशक्ति माता की, ब्रह्मांड के सभी देवी देवताओं की, अपने अपने गुरु महाराज की, माता बगलामुखी की, और जहाँ कहीं हम बैठे हैं, जितने लोग भी बैठे हैं, हम सभी लोगों की जय। ग्लोरी टू ऑल ऑफ अस। सो व्हाट यू ऑल वांट टू नो फ्रॉम मी टुडे अबाउट द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ चंडी होमम और एनीथिंग एल्स? I want to have questions from you in the beginning itself so that I can conclude in my lectures. Yeah, Pamela, you want? No, I just wanted to know on what topic you want to get information from me, because I can speak on any topic by the grace of God. So only I have to talk on importance of Chandi Homam, right?
Chandi part.
Yeah, Chandi part. Homam is not without part.
No, doing the Havan and
Yeah.
separate part.
Okay, let's start with what Chandi is actually. During my life, when I met all major divine deities, either in male form or in female form, I had been blessed by them. I got a lot of guidance from them. Still going on, continuing getting guidance. In my ashram, there is Baglamukhi. That's main deity there. The way Parashakti is main deity here, other deities are also deities, but in any temple there is always one main deity, others are supporting one. This is the system. The way in marriage, दूल्हा तो एक होता है, others are supporting, right? That bride or groom. In the same way, in all the temples, there is one main deity, all others are supporting that deity. So when I came across divine forces, Shakti, Parashakti, then I was given two instructions that there are basically two Shaktis or forms of energies. When we talk of Shakti in Western continent, Shakti means energy. But when we talk of Shakti in our continent, it doesn't mean only energy. It means a living format with energy. It makes a difference. When we talk any Shakti, suppose we talk Parashakti, Hanuman Shakti, Kali Shakti, Durga Shakti, or any Shakti, so they are living. It's not that they are non-living. Any energy, when it is non-living, it cannot be conscious. And unless energy is conscious, that format will not understand what we are asking from them or what they want to give us. Because any understanding, either from our side or from the deity side, it always takes place only at the level of the consciousness or awareness. Right? Awareness is different, consciousness is different. So just emphasize with every energy format is conscious. Right? Clear? So now coming to Durga or Chandi. In India, the Chandi format is supposed to be that recitation of the book called Durga Shapta Sati. And most of the people in India, throughout the country, or even nowadays worldwide, they recite Chandi Path, Chandi Stotram, Namal Mantram in different formats. In that book, there are three basic chapters, characteristics actually, Adhyay Charitram bolte hain. I will explain in short time one by one. First of all, we should know why to understand all these things. What is the importance of understanding this? Second thing, why to go to temple? Right? The third thing, what these things really give us. Unless you understand these basic three things, there is no use of chanting. Because chanting is a mechanical process. If you put something in a tape recorder, it's going on chanting. It is not making any impact on you because you are not trying to understand anything. You are just listening. And you are listening. Suppose two persons are there, they meet each other. One says, hey, I love you. But the second person doesn't know what love means. Then, is it going to make any impact? Still, it can make impact. How? By your feelings, by your gestures, by your way of expression. But suppose just say, hey, I love you. You are looking somewhere else and saying, I love you. Will it make any sense? In the same way, when we go to get maximum advantage from any rituals or processes system laid down by any system of the religion throughout the world, not only in Hinduism, we must try to understand the hidden importance of that process which we are going to perform. Right? So what happens in Chandi Patham, in first chapter or first character, it's called Vishnu is sleeping in ocean. Everybody knows Vishnu is sleeping in? Where he sleeps? We have to communicate with each other. I'm not that type of guru that only I'm saying you are just deaf and dumb. Because we have to interact. A guru means he should properly interact with the disciples or the learners or with the beginners. Because unless there is interaction with each other, understanding, you cannot understand. I cannot feel what you really want. I have to look at everybody's face, at everybody's emotions. I have to read everybody's mind and soul even. What you are thinking, what you are wanting. Right? So try to interact with me. Right? And don't go on chanting at this moment. I have seen many people. In one temple I went in Canada. There was audience, some people sitting and some looking there and chanting. I said, why you are being cursed? They said, what curse we are chanting? I said, it's not chanting, it is getting curses here. And they were surprised, how you can say like that, Guruji? I said, at any Vyas Peeth, what is this place? The chair or the platform where a guru or a preacher or a priest, I mean head of that function at particular moment, what they are all called? Vyas. Vyas Peetham is the seat for Vyas. Wherever the Vyas sits, Vyas is not bad, that Vyas. But that Peeth or the seat, it becomes the Peeth or seat for all the deities at that moment. Then actually what happens really, the Parasakti, deity, all Ganesh, all will be not there. Now where they will be? On this dust. Or maybe somewhere parallel to me. Some at higher level, some at equivalent level. May not be visible to you. So during that process, wherever you go in any satsang, right? If the head of that program is doing something, saying something, be focused at that. Because any help or guidance will come only through that source at that particular time. So now, be ready to try to understand. So where Vishnu is sleeping? That ocean we call Kshir Sagar. Kshir Sagar means the ocean of milk actually, but Kshir doesn't mean only milk. Kshir means kheer. Lot of people are getting prasad in mostly all temples, kheer. We can call kheer also here when we pronounce. That's called Kshir Sagar, Kheer Sagar. It means it's not ocean like that. A particular thing where one is always in bliss, right? Ocean means abundance. When there is abundance of bliss in that particular state, that Vishnu is always sleeping. And he is not sleeping actually, he is in Yoga Nidra. You know what is Yoga Nidra? Sleep is something else and Yoga Nidra is something else. What is yoga? This yoga is not that which you are learning. It's not physical exercise and gym. Gym practice is not yoga practice. Yoga is yoga. Yoga means to connect yourself with God. When you want to connect yourself, what you will connect? Your physical body with God's physical body? That's not the connection. Connection of your consciousness with God's consciousness. Right? And whenever we talk of consciousness, consciousness is never without energy. Understood? There can be no consciousness without Parasakti. And there can be no Parasakti without consciousness. So they are one and same. They are intermingled. Can you imagine sun giving you light without heat? Can you imagine a flower without fragrance? You cannot separate them. In the same way, wherever there is Parasakti, or when we talk of consciousness, or जब भी we talk like that, Sat Chit Anand, right? This is the basis. Sat means truth. Chit means consciousness. And wherever these things are there is only bliss, Anand. So where is Vishnu always? In ocean of bliss. Not only ocean. Because ocean is something very salty, no enjoyment. Only fishes and other things. But he has to enjoy. So Vishnu is sleeping in first character of Durga Saptati, and out of Vishnu's navel base, who appears? Say loudly. Some people definitely know Brahma, right? I'm talking only this one because time is too short to explain everything. So Brahma is there. There are main three deities performing all the duties of the universe, functionary deities, Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. So now at present moment we are talking of two, right? Vishnu enjoying, sleeping in connection with God, right? Brahma also enjoying from here, right? Because he is also connected to God. At that same time, there appears two demons called Madhu and Kaitav. They appear from the ears of the Vishnu. The story looks very funny, how it can appear. But you don't go in so much details because at this moment we cannot talk. I tell you only one thing. Everybody is Vishnu. What everybody is? Everybody is Brahma. And everybody is Shiva. It's not that they are Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. We are also Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. And when everybody is Vishnu, in Puran it said, Mamanse Loka Jiva. Mere अंश हैं सब. It means all are my parts only. All appear from me. Sparks from me. A fire spark will give fire only or something else. A drop from the ocean will be ocean drop or something else. Where from we are coming? From God or something else? Definitely we are coming from God. Then what we are? Nothing less than God. But potential of a small voltage being connected with that wire in mobile charging is different, with big tube light different, with the origin point different. In the same way, our potentials are varying. But we are nothing less than electricity or energy or whatever you can go and defining. So that from Vishnu comes two demons called Madhu and Kaitav. And what demons do? What is demon actually? First of all, we should know what is demon, what is deity, what is Devata, what is the Rakshas. Because they are all like human beings. We see in picture that demons have two horns like that. It's not nothing like that. They are just like human beings. These qualities in the nature. So these two appear and they look at Brahma. Demons always try to destroy deities. This is first duty or their first interest, to destroy deities. Anything divine in nature will be always disturbed and destroyed by demonic things in nature. And it will be a continuous process. It has been, it is being, it will be in future also. There is no end. There was no end. There will be no end. So don't think that by coming to a temple you will become all divine. Because wherever you go, the devil forces will be there to pull you. Suppose tomorrow there is some big program here. Lot of demonic forces will pull you from tomorrow. They will not allow you to come here. By some technique they will block you. Suppose I have to come here to speak on any topic. The demons will block you somewhere. It happens. This is the nature's process of working. So those two appearing, looking at Brahma to finish him, and Brahma helpless creature. Right? Why? Why Brahma helpless creature? We are Brahma. The duty of Brahma's nature is what? Go on procreating, right? Brahma became old. Vishnu seems to be young. Shiva deathless, right? All the three are doing their duties. Why Brahma became old? If somebody is involved at physical level only, going on procreation, definitely we are going to finish earlier. This is the process. So in any way, those persons become helpless, those who are always involved in that process of what we call procreation. So that's why in our system we say, Jitendriya Bhav Arjun, try to take control of the sense organs. Right? So in any way, I'm not going further detail. So Brahma looks at them and he knows that now they are going to finish me. And he is shouting, Vishnu, please help, Vishnu, please help, 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 help. And now Vishnu is always sleeping. Can he help? Try to understand. Can he help? You are coming here, you are shouting, Divine Mother help, Divine Mother help, and Divine Mother is sleeping then. Is not that Divine Mother inside you? Is not that Vishnu inside you? Is not that Shiva inside you? Round the clock you are weeping, God help me, but God is helping or not? It's very difficult to judge whether he is helping or not. But why is unable to help you? This is the beginning of Durga Saptati. Try to understand. At least you should call me at least for 1 month together. Then I can make you really explain what Durga Saptati is. Because just recitation will never make you perfect. Gurus are gurus. Teachers are teachers. Preachers are preachers. And masters are masters. Gurus are something very different. Anyway, he is helpless. Now Brahma knows that he cannot do anything. Right? So he is praying to Divine Mother. Mother, make him awake. What is praying? And he goes on, Tom Swaha, Tom Sada, Tom Eva Satka Swaratmanga, like that. So what was his first effort to do? Vishnu should be awakened. And Brahma is our forefather. Right? So whatever Brahma is doing, the same thing we are also doing. We are also going on increasing our children population. Right? So when we are helpless, then what we should do? We should try to be connected with the divine force, Divine Mother. Here, wherever I will talk Shakti, it means Divine Mother. Right? So instead of going for saying Shakti, we should say Divine Mother, Divine Mother. That makes good sense. Because when we say Mother, it makes a lot of impact inside the heart also. I was in California, Sampath was with me. One guy came, Guruji, what may be the smallest mantra and most simple mantra? I said, there is very simple mantra. That is Ma, Mother. There is nothing higher than Ma, nothing better than Ma. And only one letter Ma. Ma means Mother in English. So anyway, now we will talk only Divine Mother instead of talking Shakti. Alright? So he is praying. Who is praying? Everybody trying to understand or not? I can see a lot of people. Anyway, they are also Vishnu enjoying. No, I have to awaken them. And after some time, she appears, the Divine Mother. When we read Durga Saptati, we read Ya Devi Sarvabhutesu Nidra Rupen Sansita Namastasye 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 Namo. It means Divine Mother, you are with everybody in the form of sleep. Can you imagine any man without sleep? And suppose sleep will last then? Then you will go to Dr. Kumar. Doctor Sahab, I am not getting sleep. He will recommend medicines. You have to depend on medicines. Instead of depending on the medicine, if you depend on that Divine Mother's grace, will you not get sleep? Since I came with my wife here, we are going on sleeping. 12 hours we slept, both of us. Sampath says, Guruji, you are okay? I said, grace of Divine Mother is with me. Going on sleeping. No sleep, go to doctor. Well sleep, enjoy. That's why Vishnu sleeps well. Understood? You should try to sleep well, with bliss. So then, Mother appears and Brahma is telling only two things. telling only basic things. Of course, he's saying a lot of things. You are this, you are that, you are that. He says, Mother, please make him awaken. And second thing, make some point in his mind. Make him conscious so that he may kill this. Two things. What first thing? Make him awaken. Second thing, induce his mind with the thought that he must kill. Otherwise, even if he is awakened, not going to kill then. Right? Kumar and team is calling me. Right? And you cannot induce any thought in my mind to give you something. Will I give something? I will meet, say hi, hello, and I will go. That's all. In the same way, lot of people, devotees, they all maintained all these structures. But suppose we are not able to induce something in her mind, Mother, do this, we want this. Then she will not do anything. This is called induction factor in terms of science. Right? So then she appears and says, okay, Brahma, I will take your care. And there he says, do Laghu, immediately please, don't make delay, I am afraid. And Vishnu gets okay. Then he looks at them and, oh, don't worry, Brahma, I am finished. And the battle goes on for 5,000 years. How many days?
5,000 years.
You go to a temple, Divine Mother, from tomorrow there should be no problem. And suppose by the next week problem is not solved, you will say, now we will not go to this temple is not powerful, now we will go to some other temple. You go to any temple. Then he will say, no. Then he will go to some priest. I'm just joking. Sometimes see, there's nothing of my personal intentions. Suppose you went to some priest, he will say, you do Hanuman, you did something not okay. By the time you meet some other, what you are doing, Hanuman? Hanuman will never work for you. You know, in India we say ladies should not worship Hanuman, they should not worship this. Now you are disturbed. Then whom? You go with Shiva. After some time, even Shiva did not work for you. They are not your slaves. You go to somebody and order them, they will do something for you. They are higher than you. Then by the time some other priest will meet you, hey, you had been going to Shiva? Go to Balaji. If you want money, go to? You go to Balaji. Do you think Balaji has money? He is always under debt. Then by the time, again you are in debt, then again you go to some place, say, what are you doing? I am doing Balaji. Balaji? Always in debt. Go to Padmavati only. You will go on wandering here and there. Unless you really understand the essence, you are not going to be successful. So the Vishnu comes and they fight for 5,000 years. And Vishnu gets tired. Right? Then he also depends upon the Shakti. Then he prays, Mother. Mother appears on the scene. What's problem, Vishnu? You think you are very powerful. And Vishnu is called Virat. Right? He says, Mother, I am helpless. Brahma was helpless. He called me, I am helpless. And that format which appeared at that particular moment of the Divine Mother was Baglamukhi. Right? Which form? Because Baglamukhi appears from the ocean. Out of 10 Mahavidyas, they appeared from different modes. So I'm not going to explain at this moment about that because I'm talking of Chandi only. But before Chandi, Bagla has to appear. Right? And then she blesses Vishnu. Vishnu, don't worry. The problem is, I have to do some trick on them. उसको बोलते हिंदी में मोहित करना, मोहन. Right? तो बगलामुखी की blessing से, because of her blessings, these demons are pulled into, क्या बोले मोहन को, क्या बोले इंग्लिश में? Attraction भी नहीं बोलेंगे, illusion बोल सकते हैं. Of course, illusion में right word नहीं है anyway, but their mind got disturbed. They were not in their normal consciousness level, and they praise Vishnu. Vishnu, you are a very good fighter. We really appreciate what a fighter you are. You ask blessing from us. Now try to understand what they are saying. You ask blessing from us. Then Vishnu thought, my mother has done my right, And then he says, all right, you be killed by me. Then they got, oh, we have been cheated. Then they say, see, all is ocean everywhere, only water. If you find some dry place, kill me. Kill us. Then he expands his body. How he expands his body? With the blessing of Baglamukhi. Because the seed letter for Baglamukhi is Lim. It means from earth to space, ether, Akas. Expanded. Then he said, look at my thighs. He said, yes, big one. Please lay down on this. They laid down. Check, everything is dry. They said it's dry. Then I will finish. This was first chapter, right? Now, one very important thing is why they appeared from the ears, those demons. Ear poisoning is worst thing in the life. What is worst thing? Right? Suppose some people are going to make this temple very great. By the time ear poisoning will start, wrong things will start. Through this mode, this proves that even with Vishnu, who is perfectly Satoguni Devata, there these demons can appear. Right? And we are not so perfect deities like Vishnu. It means they can appear. But in any case, wherever they appear, they will be definitely finished by Divine Mother. This was first part. Kumar, I think I have to take 10-15 minutes more than the scheduled time because it will not be over. In the second chapter, then comes Mahikasur. You know Mahikasur? And in all chapters, in all scriptures are of our system, there is only battle. Nothing else, only battle. Look, all deities. Ganesh, Brahma, Vishnu, Kali, Vara, Shiv, any one you look, they are always only with weapons. No deity without weapon. Why deity is with weapon? Because battle is the essence of life. Every moment we have to pass through battle, whether it is inner or outer, or at the level of family, or at the level of office, or at the level of country, or whatever you can. But what is the real essence of the life? Battle. That's why I said, as per my Guruji, life is nothing but a battle. And under all conditions we have to win. If we want to win under all conditions, we are Vishnu, we are Aparaja, then we are Shiv, and then we are the real deities. Otherwise, defeated personalities can never claim themselves to be deities. So, aim is only victory. So, what actually happens? A man appears on the scene, takes birth, and he goes to his Guru, Sukracharya from the demonic sector. He goes, Guruji, we want this heaven with us. Why only Indra is enjoying? I will not enjoy. He will say, yes, go. Go do the chanting. And that demon gradually since childhood goes on. Om Brahmane Namah, Vishnave Namah, Shivaya Namah, any deity. And one day that deity appears. What you want? We want to finish all this Indra and team. You want to enjoy that heaven. When one particular deity is coming to bless the demon, all deities say, please don't bless. But deity says, I can't stop. Because this is the natural process. If somebody is pleased some deity, the deity has to bless. Irrespective whether the pleasing person is demon or deity. Got it? So anybody can get any power from deities. Don't think that only you will get. And others are more powerful than us. The demonic forces are more active, always. So, in that case, the demon goes to Indra always in regular stories. Indra and team thrown out always of the heaven. Then they enjoy. Then what Indra and company do? They also again go to their Guru, Brihaspati. Gurudev, what to do? Then he will say, Indra, you had been doing wrong things, all nonsense things. Right? And then you are suffering. Anyway, now you want back your all rights, it is here. Then again they start, Namo Deve, Mahadeve, Shivayam, Satvatam Nama, like that. Or anything. Vishnuve Nama, Paramatma Nama. Then one day again format appears. Hey, Indra, what is the problem? See, this demon is bothering. Then say, don't worry, we'll finish. It's process in all the scriptures, all Puranas, only battle. Clear? What for that battle? Can you imagine? Why that battle? only for Lakshmi. Clear? So if we keep Lakshmi somewhere, it's a very funny thing. Anyway, so the Mahikasur also does the same thing, and all it is defeated. They go to their guru, and all the gurus, they sit in big meeting like us, and they all go for praying. Right? Then they all pray. Here, try to understand now. Very important thing. Be focused, huh? All deities, defeated deities. What kind of deities? Defeated. Not the winner ones. Because winner ones will never go for any praying. Who goes to the temple? Somewhere we are being defeated. So it doesn't matter. Even if we are defeated, we are deities. What we are? हम सब देवता हैं. देवता हैं जहाँ बैठे हैं. देवता ही देवता को बुलाएगा. जो देवता है वो मुझे बुलाएगा, नहीं तो नहीं बुलाएगा. बोलेगा नो वाई गुरु जी यार वी आर ऑल राइट. वो ठीक है जिसका जो भी है. तो all deities praying together for many years. For how many days?
Many years.
Then from each deity one energy format appears out or emerges out, and all that individual levels energy format appear, they all go in collective form. Right? Suppose we are lighting 2000 candles here, one. What will be the light? Big. So that energy format becomes in the form of a lady. What format it chooses? Lady. Why not gent? I will explain sometime, after whenever we get time in future, because I will be definitely getting time, don't worry. She belongs to me, I belong to her. That is the confidence. So that format is not doing anything. Think. Even if that she is appearing, she is not going to do, because the scriptures are saying she appears, looks. Then all deities look at her, and everybody gives something to her. Try to understand this very important point. What every deity is doing? Giving something. Somebody is giving trisul, somebody giving gada, somebody giving mala, somebody giving dresses, somebody giving lion, like that. So everything, every deity is going on giving her. Right? In the same way, when all the devotees are here, they pray. Right? She will appear. But unless you give something from your side, that you can call donation, you can call offering, you can call help, you can call service, call anything. Don't take my words otherwise. Because I want to tell the truth. Sometimes people think in another way. Hey, why he is talking like that? That is essence of this Durga chapter. Right? Then when she gets everything from all deities, then she feels happy. And then she smiles. Till that she didn't smile. Once she smiled, then she's asking, hey, what you all want? Then say, Mother, Mahikasur is there. Right? And she says, all right, it will be finished. And she finished Mahikasur, but fight was for 10,000 years. How many years?
10,000.
Not one day. This is second chapter. Right? This chapter belongs to Mahalakshmi force. Because three basic divine mother's forces, Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. The first one with sleep was Mahakali, this one is with Mahalakshmi. Right? And what that Mahikasur is actually, because we don't know why Mahikasur appeared, how he got his birth. It's a big story, but Mahikasur means something which is being developed at the level of sexual centers, illicit relations, burnt shankar, crossbreeds, like that something. So if some things or such things appear in the life, it becomes very difficult. Because their lust is never satisfied. Mahikasur's lust was never satisfied. It goes on expanding. But anyway, after 10,000 years he was totally finished. Now coming to the third section. This is clear? Again I will ask a very simple question. How she appeared, the Divine Mother? With collective effort. For how many days?
Many years.
Many years. So if you want really to make some changes on this earth, right? So for many, many years, collective efforts, not individual efforts. See, there's big difference. Prahlad asking for Narasimha Bhagwan is coming from that pillar, individual effort, right? Not collective. Dhruv calling, individual effort. But this effort, collective. Because even Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, all the three main major male deities failed in case of Mahikasura. Try to understand. Certain times such things happen that individual levels fail. Now at this moment, in the complete earth, on this system now, all individual levels have failed. Because we see turmoil everywhere throughout the world, every country. There is no peace anywhere. And nature is just ready to destroy or finish everything. I don't want to spread panic, but things are like that. But don't worry. Under such conditions, we need to take control at collective level. And only in form of Chandi, no other form. So this was that collective level can make Durga appear. And once she appears, again with your help she will do all. Two important things I am telling you. Can you imagine Krishna winning the battle of Mahabharata without Arjun? Why he was taking help of Arjun? Why Ram not alone killing Ravana? Why taking help of Hanuman? Why Gurus taking help from disciples? Disciples say, Guru, आप तो कुछ भी कर सकते हो गुरु जी, कर तो सब सकते हैं. But system is not like that. So Arjun has to be with Krishna, Hanuman has to be with Ram to win those battles. In the same way, deities have to be with Durga. Only then she can win, or she will be appearing and will be killing. So your efforts are needed always, not only for you. The one who lives for own self is not a deity, is a demon. So coming to third chapter now. Second concept is clear. At large scale, with everybody's efforts, taking everything from you, then always helping for you. And once Durga appeared, by efforts many millions of years ahead, that format is still helping us. Right? So if anything like this temple or any temple or my Bagla Pit is being made, it goes on helping the coming generations for years and years. So what should be our duty? To help such things. Now coming to third section, that is Mahalakshmi section. In that I will tell you only brief things. Sumbha are again two demons. Deity appearing Durga in a very beautiful format. All looking at her, being totally charmed by her beauty. Then they go and tell that king, there is a very beautiful lady. No one is more beautiful than that. Please get married. Then he sends message, but she denies. And what she says? See, I will get to marry to that person who can win me in war. Right? So I want battle. So they say, being a lady, you want battle? She said, it's my choice. I love battle. You come, get me defeated, take me as wife. And the battle starts. Right? In that battle, only 2 or 3 things I am explaining to condense it. The first thing is there appears one demon. His name is Rakt Bij. What is his name? Rakt means blood. Bij means seed. When the blood is working as a seed, and the blood of a demon working the seed for a demon, that demon was blessed by the deities that if any drop from your body will fall on the earth, one demon will appear of your equal strength, exactly like you. So many drops going down, then many Raktabij appearing on the scene, immediate, quick. And Devi couldn't imagine that. In that war, what actually happens, the demons come with large number of military. And then the mother sits properly and lot of energy formats, feminine, Deviya, Saktiya, Kali, Durga, Chandi, Chamunda, Varahi, Vaishnavi, Narsimhi, Komari, like that. All coming from her body. from the main deity, right? And as much as army he has, equivalent energies appear from her body. Energies means females here, right? And the war goes on. But the head was at that moment is Raktabij. So all the deities, major 8 deities are there. In the yantras, in every puja, there are 8 Mahabhairavi, 8 Mahabhairav, right? Indri, Chamundi, Varai, like that. Mahalakshmi, I'm not going in detail. So all these 8, they try to kill that Raktabij. This Maheshwari hitting with Trisul, Vaishnavi hitting with Chakra, somebody hitting with Gada, somebody with something else. And whenever anybody is hitting, blood is coming. And the blood is coming then. So how much to kill? They got surprised. Then the mother calls Kali. Kali, come. Kali says, what's problem? She says, Kali tum badnam vistrinam kuru. You expand your mouth. What to do?
Expand your mouth.
So that if any blood comes out, the blood should not go on the ground. And then they all start hitting together, and Kali taking all the blood. After some time, all the blood was finished, nothing could take birth again, and he was finished. He was Raktabij. Now, what literally or really, in essence, this Raktabij means? If you are a human being, only out of blood we will give birth to some child, right? Any bad thing, some seed must be somewhere. And nowadays on the earth, lot of Raktabij are there. So how to finish those? In that case, we need the aggressive form or Ugratam form or Raudra form of Kali or the destructive forces of Divine Mother. People say, why to pray this? Only pray Lakshmi. Lakshmi is very helpless. She cannot do anything. A demon coming, taking hands, she has to go. Divine comes, taking hands, she has to go. She will not fight. She just decorated, beautiful piece, diamond, this. Who will protect her? To protect your country, to protect your dignity, to protect your family. Everywhere, what you really need? Aggressiveness. So that is Kali or whatever you say. So after the Raktabij was killed, then finally further more demons are being killed. At the last, all his army was finished. Only 2 brothers were left, Sumba and Nisum. Then they come to the mother, then they say, why you are boasting? You, Durga, you are very strong warrior. We are only 2 brothers now. You are with so big army. Come at equal level. She says, hey, look, there is nobody else other than me. In this universe, mere except kuch nahi, there is nothing other than me. Look. And she draws all the forms inside her. Right? She stands alone. And then says, look, no one is there. They say, no. Now be ready. She finishes both. So this chapter was Mahasaraswati. First was Mahakali, second with Mahikasur, Mahalakshmi, this with Nisum and Raktabij is Mahasaraswati. And ultimately, after doing all these things, then we come across whenever one demonic force is being killed, one prayer is there always to the mother in different format by different saints, rishis, different deities. Ultimately, I tell you the last essence of chapter. Today I had explained something in Sampat's office there with our prayer room. When we read Durga Sapsati Path Mahatmyam, means the values or importance of recitation of Durga, then we know, but I tell you here only 1 or 2 things. The mother is saying from her own voice, right? Sarva Badha Vinirmukto. Say with me, Sarva Badha Vinirmukto Dhana Dhanya Sutanvitaha Manushyo Mat Prasadena Bhavishyati Na Sansaya. It means I will remove all obstacles. Dhana Dhanya. Dhan means money, prosperity. Dhan means eatables. Everything. Sutanvita, families. I will protect all. The condition is Manusyo Mat Prasadena. If I am pleased. Prasad means to be pleased. Prasad doesn't mean only tirtham. It's also a form of prasad. But the real prasad means if she is pleased, if she blesses. Then she says, if I am pleased, na sansaya, no doubt at all. And again she is saying one line, if I am pleased with somebody, so whenever these demonic problems will arise in your life, I will appear again and again in different forms, right? And go on finishing them. So if these two things are guaranteed in Durga Sapsati with Divine Mother's blessing, why we should worry? Still we should worry or not worry? Nobody is saying. Because you are habituated with worries. A person is smoking, you tell him, hey, stop. I can't stop, Guruji, you know, this is inbuilt. These weeping habits, fear factor you have made inbuilt. It's not built by God. So try to remember these two lines. Sarva bala vinirmukto. Sometimes stand in your house and stand and shout loudly, Sarva bala vinirmukto. People will think he's mad. Let them think whatever you are. But all energy will explode in your body. Now coming to final statement of Chandi, what Chandi is, what I have saw Chandi, what I have seen Chandi. In my ashram we are doing Lak Chandi. What we are doing? Lak Chandi means 1 lakh times recitation of the book of Durga Sapsati. If 40,000 priests come at one day at one place, then it can be completed. With 4 parts per day, 4 recitations, along with Homam, 40,000 priests are needed in one day. Very big volume. Tomorrow, here you are all going to do Chandi Homam. Look the big volume. Right? Volume is big. Because to make a deity like Durga to appear, volume is always big. It's not a small one. So in that case, when I was given instruction from my gurus from Siddhashram, and you know I come from Siddhashram, and Siddhashram is the highest place on the earth in terms of divinity, spirituality. There is nothing higher than Siddhashram. Then mother told me, you are a guru, you should know everything about me. And before knowing me, you should know everything about Mahikasur. I had to invoke even Mahikasur to talk to him. But today there is no time, because in nature things are not happening so easily. Mahikasur or Ravan or anybody, they are also great personalities. In any puja with Mahikasur Mardini, you have to invoke, you have to install that Mahikasur also with that. It shows the importance. So there she told, look, I am Chandi, I am Chamunda, I am Kali, I am Durga, I am Kamakhya, I am Shakti, I am Parasakti, I am Vidya, I am Mahavidya, I am Avidya, all I am. When all I am, I can do anything for anybody. But when I appear on the scene, then nothing remains. And she gave me 2 examples. In Ravan Yuddha, in Ramayana, it was only few days battle. Mahabharata few days only. And not much weapons were being used. But with Durga Saptati character, infinite weapons have been used. And so long battle. Right? So this Durga Sapsati or Chandi, you do in any form, either home or chanting or any system, it's always the most powerful thing in our hands. There is nothing higher than Chandi part. Chandi Astuti, Chandi Home, available with us. This is highest weapon. And once you take that complete energetic sword of that deity in your hands, there can be no problem in your life. And if anybody meets you, even his or her problems will be solved. So this is blessing by her Sarvavada. Individually she has blessed me also, and I am again blessing on behalf of all the deities, on behalf of myself, on behalf of my gurus. Chandi is something very, very, very high. There is nothing higher than Chandi. There is only one thing higher than Chandi even. That is Guru. Because na Guru Radhikam, na Guru Radhikam, na Guru Radhikam. Only Gurus can take control of that. You know, we read Kavach, Argala, Kilakam. Kilak means to regulate that force. Because even if the Chandi appears, it's very difficult to control her. She can finish anything. You know, when Narsimha Bhagwan appeared, he was not being pacified. Then Shiva has to take different form. He came as a Salabh avatar. He became like a bird. And he picked up your Narsimha to make him pacified, to regulate him. In the same format, energies always need regulators. So Durga or Chandi is definitely, no doubt, very high energy level. It needs regulators, and regulators are only always gurus. So this is Alpha today. I really bless everybody. Enjoy with Chandi, enjoy with Shakti in all forms. And Parashakti means combined format of all energies. All coming from her, all merging in her. And we are her child, or we are children, so we are always full of her. All her rights are our rights. If we go wrong, immediately we will be finished by her. It's all for today. If any doubt or any question you want to ask, you can ask. Any question for anybody? And one thing I will tell you, during Chandi, I have come across many persons, they do one mistake. While chanting Naman mantra, lot of people chant Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundai Viche. That is not the proper mantra. There is no Om with Chandi. The proper mantra is Aing Hrim Klim Chamundai Viche, not Vichai. Aing Hrim Klim Chamundai Viche. The pronunciation should be very clear, because when I was in California, they were all chanting. There was one CD from one guru, I will not say anybody's name. The chanting of Naman mantra was there. The Prakash Pradhan put that CD. I said, what is CD you have? From you bought wrong CD. Hey, he's very big guru. Maneka, what big guru? Doesn't know in the proper mantra? Then there was his followers also. I didn't know a lot of followers are there. Because I would have kept mum at that time if I was aware. Hey, no, how you can say this wrong? Then I called 3 books. How this is mentioned by Lord Shiva. In this mantra there is no Om at all. Everywhere there is no Om. In Kali mantra, Krim Kim Kali Kim Swa, there is no Om. Kalvar Krom Kom Swa, there is no Om. In Lalita Tripura Sundari mantra, Rim Ka Eile, there is no Om. Everywhere Om is not essential, it's not added. So don't try to go with wrong mantras. In books there are misprints. Right? Because today the talk was on Chandi, and it is Naman mantra. Naman mantra, the mantra with 9 letters only. When you put Om, it becomes 10 letters. Right? So the real mantra, Naman mantra, is Aing, Ring, Kling, Cha, Mundaye, Viche. The pronunciation is 2 types. One is Aim, Hrim, Kling. Other is Aing, Hrim, Kling. Both is okay. Right? All for today. I bless everybody, especially these committee members here, and Kumar, and I really love everyone, Pamela and all. So be happy, enjoy. Yeah.
Can you please tell about Parvati? People generally talk about Shakti, Chamundi, Chanda. Nobody generally takes out the name Parvati much. Why is that so? Is she a calmer aspect of Devi, or?
Yeah, all right. While reading this Durga Sapsati, there comes in 2nd chapter, 3rd chapter also Parvati. Right? Parvati was the lady who was walking to go to take bath. And then, of course, we cannot tell all things in one sitting. And then some next force comes out of the Parvati. Right? And that tells Parvati that why these deities are praying you. They are in trouble, they are praying you. So actually all energies are from Parvati only. If somebody tell or don't tell, because Parvati name is very popular as a housewife. Right? With Shiva, with Ganesh. Ganesh has mother, Shiva has wife. But all comes through Parvati. And in Durga chanting, whenever we come across 108 names and other names, Parvati is always the head one. Everything comes only from Parvati. Right? So don't get confused. Because Chandi is something aggressive. The way Lakshmi and Kali are not different. Only one deity working different purposes. Suppose only one electricity is there in the kitchen, there in the fan, there in the AC. Somewhere you are getting cool effect, somewhere you are getting hot effect. Energy is energy. But purpose is different. In the same way, Parvati, when performing different functions, she appears like Kali, like Saraswati, like Durga. So Parvati is head of department, no doubt about it. Right? And see, Parashakti and your Shakti. These are the 2 main Shaktis working. Your Shakti is called Swasakti, Parashakti is called divine Shakti. When both Shaktis combine together, only then something really materializes. Otherwise, nothing materializes. All clear? Anybody else? So we should conclude now. Okay, Kumar? Thank you. Again, lot of blessings to everybody. I took 15 minutes more.
No, you can take any amount of time. Guruji is like a university professor coming down to kindergarten and explaining to all those things. He said something, all of them very profound truths. I can appreciate it because he is a realized soul and he does communicate with Bagalamukhi. He has given life to that mantra. I know that. But the way he's explaining to you is like a cartoonish way he explains to you because it's easier to get through to you. But trust me, he knows much, much profound, deeper, but his time is constrained and the audience level of evolution, so he just brings it down in like a cartoonish way. But it's very, very profound truths he has said, and I don't want to go into it again. You probably understood what you were saying. Very profound aspect of Durga Saptasati. He made it very simple, almost like a story, easily understandable, like I use the word cartoonish. But he is realized soul, and he has told me very profound truths because the way we understand, it's the way you perceive it. I perceived it because I know he not only knows, he has realized, he has the blessing, he has the grace of Bagalamukhi, and he has given life to that mantra. I know that, but none of you will know that because you really have to relate to that. So, but very profound truths he has discussed with you in a very simple, understandable, almost comical way. But that's the sign of a guru. He does not talk in his level because he knows most devotees won't understand. So he comes down to kindergarten level and talks to you. That is a sign of a guru who makes you understand. Talk with Durga Saptasati is very complex, very deep, but he made it, but touched on all the aspect of it in a very simple way, a profound truth. He made it very simple. That is a sign of a real guru. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
I would like to tell you one thing. Today in the morning, I got 3 calls from my followers. One, all of them talked on the same topic that, Guruji, we are worried about 2012. I couldn't understand what is 2012 because in India we will say 2012, right? So immediately I couldn't pick up what is 2012. I asked, what is it 2012? Oh, Guruji, this year. Oh, I said 2012. All right. So what is problem with this? No, Guruji, we are reading this, lot of things are going to happen. I said, see, don't worry. Of course, things are not going to be better because we have done lot of sins on the earth. Earth is full of sinners now at this moment. Complete earth. So definitely we have to wait and watch something. Naturally, the nature will give some punishment. But don't worry. Because when you read this Durga Saptasati, Mother says any type of problems, Daihik, Devik, Bhautik, Atrivid Tap Samanam. So, no doubt, here is not good, but nothing to worry. If deities like you are here, they can stop the complete world from destruction. Why to worry? So never worry. Remember my words, nothing is impossible for a perfect devotee. And we are all perfect devotees. That's all. Don't worry much. Smile much. Okay?
Yeah.
Guruji is performing a peace homa. I'm not very knowledgeable. I just heard. Sampath, can you explain it?
Last year, when Guruji spoke, at the end he mentioned that we're going to start Laksh Chandi, and it started in Navaratri. You know, I have had opportunities to participate in the Laksh Chandi in India along with him on few occasions when I was there. He has taken this as a sankalp to do 100,000 chanting of Durga Saptasati along with the Havan. I know, Dr. Kumar, tomorrow everybody is going to do the Durga Havan, Chandi Havan here. At the end of the day, we will realize we have done it one time. How much effort it takes. Imagine doing it 100,000 times and he has taken that sankalp. The tremendous amount of power which generates. One day I asked him, why is it that you are doing? I called him and asked him on the phone, you are doing this for 100,000 times. Is there any necessity to do this? He said, now we are passing through this phase in this earth for the protection of all of us. Everybody, it's not just the human beings alone to protect the earth, protect the mother earth. Every living being here on this thing. He said, we need the help of Durga, and we need such tremendous power to take care of this. And in fact, he is doing this for all of us here and everywhere. They may know him, they may not know him, but that's the function of the Guru, to take care of the humanity here on this earth. And that's exactly for peace. And we all see the situation, how bad it is all over the world. So it is in that context he is doing that. He has started and it is continuing, and he said the whole thing he extended it until March of next year. So the Purnahati will happen in March 2013. That's the instruction to him from his Guru and the Divine Mother. And in this coming Navaratri, he always mentions, Navaratri is a very important occasion for these 9-10 days. He is doing a Baglamukhi Koti Archan along with the Chandi, which is parallelly goes on in India in the ashram. At the same time, the extension of the Durga Saptasati, this thing from India, we are doing one chanting a day, every day, in our office, in my office. There's a priest who comes, and there are a group of devotees who come there and they chant every day. And in fact, he would suggest he conducts satsang. We have satsang with him in the evening at 6:30, and the information will be available to you at in the counter, or the volunteers will pass on those information. Please do come and participate. And his aim is, in this next 3 weeks he is here in Michigan. Every day he is going to talk about Chandi and its importance. If you leave it to him, he can talk on this thousands of hours. I can tell you, he is some tremendous storehouse of knowledge. And every time he doesn't repeat the same thing, goes on and on and on. Any doubt you have, he is able to clarify. The website has got all the information. The website is www.divyachetna.com. Please visit that website. You will have a lot of information and our regular activity as well. Anything else you want? Yeah, he's inviting. You're all invited to come and participate in the Purnahuti of Durga Saptasati in March. And at the same time, he's also inviting for the Baglamukhi Koti Archan during this coming Navaratri. Usually, there's a group of people who go and attend from here. Believe me, once you're there in the ashram, it's very difficult to explain. It's something very unique, very powerful, Baglamukhi ashram. It's like a Shaktipeeth. It is a Shaktipeeth. So, all are requested. See if you can make it. If you can make it, I guarantee you, you will regularly visit there all the time. Thank you.
There in January. Everybody knows about Kumbh Mela, I think. In India, we know about Kumbh. That will be in January 2013. And we always arrange with our groups there. So if someone from you is interested in coming there, You may be in touch with Parashakti temple and they are with touch with Sampath and others. So you will get lot of guidance and arrangements there, nothing to worry. Second thing, whenever you come to India, especially to Bombay, definitely come to my ashram. Don't think that that is Baglamukhi, this is Parashakti. God is God. This is the divine company, it's your family. I never hesitate in coming here. So you can come there, you can enjoy there. And if at all you can get rare opportunity of being a participant in Purnavati of that Lakshandi, next year it will be very high thing in your life. And only one thing I must appreciate, that you are definitely lucky to get such a place here, because to be in US system is different, to be in India system is easier. There we can follow a lot of things very easily. To do home there is no problem, but to do home here is very big problem. Anyway, you are all definitely blessed one. So whenever you get a chance to come to Bombay or to India, come to us, be in touch with Sampath. I have my centers in Kasi, in Delhi. Very recently we are going to operate one center in Kamakhya, at different places. We have our contacts and centers in Dubai also, Kuwait also. Of course, Muslim countries don't allow that much, even in Russia also. But throughout the world, we are doing a lot of activities. And I will be here for 3 weeks. You can come to me, you can discuss any topic for your benefit. I am freely open, no charges, nothing. And don't hesitate in coming to me, okay? Again, I am blessing everybody here. Let the Divine Mother work for you. But only your duty is to awaken her. That's all, okay?
I want to tell one thing. 2 years ago,
In other places, the religion involved and revolves around 2 words, forget and forgive. It has different meanings. Forgetting, right? We will enjoy. Why we come to deity? For getting, right? But what she says, whatever I am giving you, you come to me for getting. Unless you take it for giving to others, the system will fail. Right? This is the system given by God. If you want abundance of happiness, see, God has created everything in this universe in abundance. There is no shortage of anything. No money shortage, nothing shortage, no petroleum, no energy, no shortage at all. Everything is in abundance. What about love? That's also in abundance. But the problem is we take only, not giving. Is one thing. Second thing, when I got my instructions, first instructions from Divine Mother in Kamakhya form in Guwahati, she appeared to me. I will tell you that thing. That's very important actually. Because to make that understand, you need some background. She asked me, what you want? I said, Mother, you have made me a guru. And I don't want to be an ordinary guru. Right? I was in business. I am qualified engineer. I have family. All my kids are doctor, engineer, CA, CPA. Nothing missing for me. I belong to a Jamindar family. There is nothing wanting in my life. I said, Mother, you gave me this post of a guru. And guru's post is highest in the world. Mother, I want that it should be justified. Right? This post. She said, all right, what you want? I asked her, you give some such information to me so that the whole world learns everything in very short thing. She gave me 3 sentences. Try to repeat, the meaning will come automatically. The first sentence she gave, last year also I told, every time I tell, but people forget. Because you know why you are supposed to be here? For getting. It has many meanings. If I speak on forget, forgive, for hours we will enjoy. Anyway, so the first instructions he is giving is, try to forgive even enemies. What's he saying? Try to forgive even enemies. Again, here are 2 meanings. Forgive, maaf karo. Forgive, trying to give even to enemies good things. Right? But problem with us is we are not forgiving anybody. We are not able to forgive even our mothers, parents, kids, brothers, countrymen, others. So this is the biggest mistake. So to understand that forgiveness, because religion has 10 symptoms, धर्म के 10 लक्षण हैं, धर्म ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. The first symptom is forgiveness quality, right? What is first quality of the religious person or the religion? That's why Jesus says, Father, forgive them. Whom he is asking to forgive? Those who crucified him. And we are not ready to forgive anyone. Even somebody did something for you for 12 years. One day by chance some mistake was done, you will not forgive. So to understand that thing, we need knowledge or blessings of Saraswati, Divine Mother Saraswati. And she is represented in the seed letter of M. That is first letter of Navan Mantra. What is that? M. And how it forms A plus E in our Hindi alphabets or Devanagari script or Sanskrit. A plus E when combined together it becomes A. When it goes with expansion it becomes M. And when we close it with this spot bindi, dot, it becomes Ang. It means complete knowledge of these alphabets, right? Starting from A with expansion of energy. E means energy. The way Shiva says, Parvati, Tav Shakti Yukto Aham Shivo Aham Anatha Shavo Aham. If you are with me, your energy, I am Shiv. Otherwise, I am Shav, dead. Right? So we are not dead. Complete knowledge process goes on learning. The learning process starts with the letter Ang. So that is the first letter Ang in Navan Mantra. Right? Clear? Yes. Now comes second seed letter. That is Reem. H-R-E-E-M. Right? The first one was A-I-M, you can say. So second one is when you read complete Durga Saptati, there you will find complete description is there for that mantra. By Hirim mantra is the seed letter for Bhuneshwari. For? What is Bhuneshwari? Bhu plus 1 plus Ishwari. Bhu means complete earth. Right? 1 means all the forest. At whatever we can see. The ruling deity for all these is Bhuneshwari. And there are actually 14 Bhuvans. 3 lok, 14 Bhuvan. What are those 14 Bhuvans? Our mind has 2 levels, conscious, subconscious. At each level there are 7 levels. And all these 14 Bhuvans are called 14 Gayatris to Gayatri Mantra. Right? To lead that all places with knowledge, I mean with Saraswati, because unless Saraswati there, knowledge will not be there, you cannot be taken anywhere. So that seed letter comes through Hrim. Right? H means space, Akash. R means fire element, eagerness, awareness, trying to learn. So this is Bhuneshwari seed letter. And this is the real pranav for Devi. दुर्गा का प्रणव क्या है? ह्रीम. ओम प्रणव गणेश का है, विष्णु का है, शिव का है. दुर्गा का क्या है? ह्रीम. So this is second letter. Aim, Hrim. Then comes third one, Klim. Klim means the desire bij. It's called Kam bij. Means whatever desires are coming in our life. But when we talk of desires, no demonic desires. Because when we are okay with Saraswati, whatever desires will come to us, they will be only proper one. Right? But since we are living in the material plane, desires must be fulfilled. So to fulfill that, the seed letter that comes is called Klim. Right? So Am, Rim, Klim, these are the 3 formats of Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. Because Bhuneshwari is being represented by Mahalakshmi, Klim by Kali, and Am by Saraswati. So these 3 letters are for these 3 major deities. So working with them, Chamundayai. Chamunda, Chand Ghati Cha. Chamunda means whenever the Chand or Mund are appearing in our body, right? In our thought, they must be finished. So that's why the Cha letter has been selected, Chamundayai. Which means, in nutshell, to know about all these. Mother, I want to know all these so that I can be exactly like you. This is the, not very exact meaning, but in short time, and your level is also not too much elevated. But in nutshell, being equipped with the divine forces of Saraswati, Bhuneshwari, Kamakhya, means seed letter, desires, and to be equipped with finishing power of all the destructive demons, we should be one with you. This is the meaning of Aim Rim Klim Chamundaye Vichai. Clear? Okay? Further, if you want, you can mail me or you can meet me. I can explain many things together. And one thing I tell you, there are few books in Hindi, of course being translated in English also. The first book will be released in English in Navratri. That is about life problems. Causes and remedies to life problems. Why life problems? So these English books also you can have, Hindi also you can have. Gradually books are being translated in other languages also. So that's all for today. We will always keep on smiling. Okay?